Minister of Health, the Honorable Dr. Frank Anthony, is calling on parents to ensure that all the health measures are followed to prevent their children from contracting COVID-19, as children from as young as 1 month old are contracting the severe form of the deadly disease. During Friday's COVID-19 update, Minister Anthony said this is becoming a disturbing trend as 4 children are currently hospitalized with the severe form of the disease.
Over the last 2 weeks or so, we have seen a disturbing trend. And right now, in our hospitals, we have 4 children who have been severely affected by COVID. And so we are monitoring them, and hopefully the prognosis would be good because the medical team is really working to ensure that they can provide the best care for these children.
The minister says since March 2020, 1,567 children were diagnosed with COVID-19. Some 287 children between the ages of 1 month to 4 years contracted the disease, while 523 children from 5 to 9 years were diagnosed with it. 756 children from ages 10 to 14 have tested positive for COVID-19.
It's time that we pay some attention to this, especially now that we are seeing not just the mild cases in children, but we are seeing more severe forms of COVID among the children population. So I just want people to be careful with their children and take all the necessary precautions.
Parents are urged to ensure children observe the COVID-19 protocols of frequent hand washing, masking when in public, and practicing physical distancing to reduce their chances of contracting the disease. Meanwhile, the remaining 12,000 doses of the Sinopharm vaccine will arrive in Guyana on Saturday. This is part of the 100,000 doses of vaccines the government of Guyana purchased from the People's Republic of China. This vaccine will ease the pressure of storage in the hinterland.
These vaccines are much easier to handle because basically you can store them at between 2 to 8 degrees Celsius. Unlike the other vaccines that we've been working with, which requires very cold temperature. So in some of the more remote areas, our cold chain already caters for vaccines between 2 to 8, and therefore this would certainly help.
As the government's COVID vaccination campaign continues, more than 48% of the adult population has taken the first dose of the vaccine.
As of yesterday, we have 234,255 persons with first dose vaccines. And again, that would represent 48.1% of our adult population. We want to encourage more people to come out and get their first dose vaccines. Second dose vaccines right now, we are at 112,371 persons who would have received their second dose vaccines, which would put us approximately at 23.1% of our adult population.
Meanwhile, the vaccination campaign is resuming in remote hinterland villages, which were inaccessible due to flooding. The minister is encouraging all adults to take the COVID-19 vaccine to push Guyana closer to achieving herd immunity. The aim is to have approximately 500,000 adults in Guyana vaccinated.